Recently I created this dashboard to understand the difference between all of the customers I have in my CRM and those that are within 10 minutes of my stores. These stores were planned and built using that 10-minute drive time. The reason behind this is that we would minimize cannibalization between the different locations, and you can see that up here in this drive time map, which I also created. Looking at this in more detail, I can see that one of my stores, Tully Road here, actually seems to have fewer customers than other stores. There's a gap in the customer distribution, and I'd love to understand why that's occurring. Is it things like cross-shopping? Is it the merchandising of the store? Are there different patterns and behaviors to when my customers shop? So what I want to do now is go and investigate the specifics of my Tully Road store. Because I'm interested in looking at just the Tully Road store, I'm going to take the 10-minute drive times, drag that to another page, and you can see it's brought it over here with all of the tables associated with that. I'm going to take all of my customers too, because what I want to do next is just click on the Tully Road store to find the customers which are inside, drag it on top of my existing customers, and use the filter by selected feature option to summarize these two down. So now you can see I'm summarizing the payment method, which is how I've symbolized my customers, with the drive time analytics layer around Tully store and looking for intersection. So this will now use that store to highlight just the customers inside the 10 minutes around Tully. And here it is, just those customers. So now it's created a new spatial filter. So I'm going to edit this and call it Tully Road Store. Now let's start working with that Tully Road store. What I'm going to do is look at the shopping behaviors, like the quarter they shopped in, the name of the segment that was shopping, and how much they spend in dollars. I can take this and drag it on here and create a heat chart. So now I can see for each one of the segments how much they're spending by each quarter. And compared to our previous view, we have a much smaller group of segments shopping at my store. This is really interesting because I can start to understand why those segments might not be coming to Tully Road, or am I merchandising that store correctly for the people that live there? Let's also look at a couple of other things associated with this. The payment method, the quarter, and how much they spend in dollars. I can drag that on, and one of my favorite chart types is a chord diagram. So now I can start to see how much people spend in each quarter by which cards. Are there different patterns between my own store card and the individual customers and segments? And we can see there's a pretty interesting pattern developing in terms of the use of these cards, both at the macro level and within individual quarters. So let's look at quarter 4, an own card, and you can see that not all segments are using my own store card. And if I, for example, look at MasterCard in quarter 3, we can see that although we've got gaps, every one of our segments are using that. So maybe I can do other forms of promotion using these types of cards. Another interesting area is to take the address of all the stores that these customers shop at, because although they're within the 10-minute drive time, doesn't mean to say that every single one of them goes to this store. So I can take the address of the other stores and the amount people are spending, and I can drag that into a summary table. So now here I can see where everybody is shopping, and I can sum it, average it, whatever, and rank it. So I can see now the number 1 store that's being shopped at is 20th Avenue. In terms of all of the customers, Tully Road, the closest store, is relatively low compared to everywhere else, but we can see where those customers are coming from. So many customers who live closer to other stores are shopping at Tully Road. But many of my customers that live within the drive time aren't shopping there. This is an incredible set of insights associated with that one store that I've generated in just a few minutes by dragging and dropping existing data and making more of that. So what I'm going to do here now is rename this page, and I'm going to call this Tully Road Store. And let's put the same thing up here, Tully Road Cross Shopping. So everything's associated with that. And the other nice thing is the entire model that I use to calculate this is available for me in Insights. So I can take this model and repeat it again and again with different data sets. This is a really powerful way for me to understand exactly what I did with the data and how I produce this type of analysis. So thank you for listening. Have a great day.